Yesterday we sat in the heavy stillness of Friday. That slow wait when something you had poured real hope into suddenly felt like it was ending. Today is Saturday. And if I'm being honest with you, this is the day that feels the most like the place where so many of us actually live our lives. Not the sharp pain of the cross anymore, not yet the surprise of resurrection. Just this long, quiet, uncertain in-between. The tomb is sealed. Everything appears to be finished. There is no visible movement, no answers breaking through, only silence. On that first Holy Saturday, the disciples were scattered and hiding in fear. The women who loved Jesus had prepared spices for burial, but all they could do was wait. Jesus' body lay in the darkness behind a heavy stone, and the world went quiet. God seemed to be absent, and the story they had given everything for looked completely over. I've been sitting with my own version of that silence lately. There's something I've been deeply invested in for some time now, something that once carried real hope for me. On Friday, it felt like it was slipping away, and now on this Saturday, the quiet has settled in. Nothing has shifted. The same questions keep circling in my mind. Was I wrong to believe this could become something meaningful? Did I misread the signs along the way? Or am I simply meant to sit here and wait? In moments like this, the silence can feel almost suffocating. You wonder if anything is still happening beneath the surface, or if the stone has simply sealed the end for good. You replay the moments leading up to Friday, searching for where things might have gone differently. Part of you wants to keep hoping, and another part of you is exhausted from hoping. Holy Saturday reminds us that waiting isn't always peaceful or faith-filled in the way we wish it to be. Sometimes it's raw confusion mixed with grief. The disciples didn't have neat spiritual answers that day. They were afraid, they were disappointed, and most of all, they were human. I've tested the quiet in my own situation. I've stepped back a little and asked myself, what would actually remain if I stopped pouring so much energy into keeping things alive? The honest answer felt very small. That realization brought its own discomfort. This tension between trusting that God can work in hidden ways and wondering whether I'm just lingering beside something that has already ended. We often describe these seasons as waiting on God. But Holy Saturday shows us that waiting can feel like pure emptiness. The kind where hope feels buried and all you have left is the long pause between what died and whatever might come next, if at all anything comes. Not every unclear season is a sacred mystery worth enduring. Sometimes things really are finished and our job is to grieve and release them. Yet, some things truly do need this exact kind of silence to be formed, hidden, unseen, and beyond anything we can force with our own strength. The challenge on Saturday is learning to sit honestly in that tension without rushing to fix it or explain it away. What am I actually waiting for in this silence? And am I willing to believe that God can still be at work even when every visible sign says otherwise? There's a particular fear that lives in this Saturday space. The fear that if I finally stop holding everything together, nothing will ever move again. That the silence will simply swallow whatever hope was left. I felt that fear in my own situation. The worry that letting go might mean I missed the one thing I was supposed to fight for. But what if the real work of Holy Saturday happened in the hidden darkness? What if new life was quietly taking root long before anyone could see it or prove it? What if the silence itself was part of the forming? If you're still living on your own Saturday right now, carrying a sealed tomb of your own, a long stretch of silence where nothing seems to be happening, I want you to know you're not alone in it. This day is not wasted. It teaches us that resurrection doesn't always announce itself on our preferred timeline. Sometimes, the most faithful thing we can do is simply to remain present in the quiet and trust that God is not finished, even when it feels like He is. So today, maybe the invitation is simply to sit here with the silence a little longer, to name the questions honestly, to grieve what feels lost, and to leave room for the possibility that something is still being formed in the hidden places. Tomorrow is Sunday, but for now, we wait together. I will meet you there.